First contact's price. The quantum display aboard the U.S. Nightshade flickered with 1,000 points of light, each representing a vessel in the hegemony battle fleet. Captain Sarah Chen stood motionless on the bridge, her dark eyes fixed on the approaching armada. They had finally found what they were looking for, the force responsible for the destruction of 3 human colonies in the past month. Status report, she commanded, her voice steady despite the weight of what was to come. Lieutenant Marcus Rivera's fingers danced across his console. Hegemony fleet maintains their course toward the Arcturus colony, Captain. They're moving in standard attack formation. No indication they've detected us. Of course they hadn't. The Nightshade was humanity's best-kept secret, a vessel that shouldn't exist according to known physics. While the galaxy believed humans were still struggling with basic fusion drives, the truth floated in the void around them. A ship cloaked in quantum fields, powered by technology that would make the most advanced alien races pause in disbelief. Time to intercept, Sarah asked, adjusting the collar of her midnight blue uniform. 17 minutes at current velocity, Captain, Rivera responded. The colony's evacuation is only 60% complete. Sarah nodded, her jaw tightening. This wasn't how first contact was supposed to go. Humanity had planned to reveal themselves gradually, to ease into the galactic community. But the hegemony's unprovoked attacks had forced their hand. Now, the lives of 30,000 colonists hung in the balance. All hands to battle stations, she ordered. Initiate silent running protocols. The bridge lights dimmed to a deep blue as the ship's quantum core pulsed with power. The Nightshade was about to show the galaxy why humanity had chosen to hide their true capabilities for so long. Message from Command, Captain. Communications Officer Yuki Tanaka announced, her voice cutting through the tension. Authorization code Omega-7 received. We are cleared to reveal full capabilities. A thin smile crossed Sarah's face. Acknowledge receipt, Officer Tanaka. Tactical, prepare the gravity lance. Let's introduce ourselves properly. The hegemony fleet drew closer, their massive vessels bristling with conventional weapons. Their design philosophy was clear, overwhelming force through superior numbers. 60 warships against 1 human vessel. In any other circumstance, it would have been suicide. Enemy fleet entering weapons range in 5 minutes, Rivera reported. They're launching fighter screens. Let them come, Sarah said, settling into her command chair. Executive Officer Walsh, begin recording. The alien races should see exactly what happens when they mistake humanity's patience for weakness. David Walsh, a veteran of Earth's Space Forces, activated the ship's external sensors. Recording initiated, Captain. For posterity. Forewarning, Sarah corrected. Tactical, target their command vessel. Configuration Alpha 3. The Nightshade's quantum core hummed deeper, channeling energy into systems that defied conventional understanding. Humanity had spent decades perfecting this technology, hiding it from prying eyes while the rest of the galaxy dismissed them as primitives. Fighter screen approaching, Rivera announced. 300 contacts, moving to surround us. Sarah stood, her posture radiating calm authority. Deploy quantum mesh. Let's show them why they should have looked closer at the primitive humans. The mesh activated, a field of interconnected quantum particles that could redirect energy, alter trajectories, and bend space itself in microscopic ways. The approaching fighters wouldn't even see it until it was too late. Mesh deployed, Walsh confirmed. Fighter screen entering effective range in 30 seconds. The first wave of alien fighters streaked toward them, energy weapons blazing. Their shots passed harmlessly through the space where the Nightshade appeared to be, while the actual vessel floated 50 meters to the left of its visual projection. Record their targeting solutions, Sarah ordered. I want their shock documented when they realize their sensors have been lying to them since we got here. The fighter screen's formation broke as they registered their complete failure to hit their target. Confusion rippled through their ranks, visible in their erratic movement patterns. Captain, Tanaka called out, We're receiving a transmission from the Hegemony command ship. They're demanding we identify ourselves. Put it through, Sarah said, straightening her uniform. Let's meet our attackers. The main display flickered to life, revealing the alien commander, a towering figure with iridescent scales and multiple eyes arranged in a circular pattern. Their mandibles clicked in what Sarah's xenolinguistics training suggested was agitation. Unknown vessel, the alien spoke through the translation matrix. You have entered restricted space. Identify yourself or be destroyed. Sarah stepped forward, her reflection ghosting in the quantum blast viewport. This is Captain Sarah Chen of the United Earth vessel Nightshade. You have attacked 3 human colonies without provocation or declaration of war. We are here to discuss your surrender. The alien commander's eyes blinked in rapid succession, a sign of disbelief or possibly amusement. A human vessel? Impossible. Your species barely maintains a presence in space. You have no warships of this classification. Your intelligence is outdated, Commander, Sarah replied. Humanity has chosen to hide our true capabilities until now. Your attacks on our colonies have forced us to reevaluate that decision. You dare threaten the hegemony? The alien's voice boomed. We will crush your single ship beneath our might. All batteries, open fire. Sarah's expression didn't change as the enemy fleet launched their assault. Thousands of energy beams and projectiles streaked toward the Nightshade, enough firepower to reduce a small moon to debris. Quantum mesh at full power, Walsh reported calmly. Gravity lance charged and ready. Show them, Sarah commanded. Single shot, minimal power. We don't need to destroy them to make our point. The Nightshade's primary weapon activated, invisible to conventional sensors, but powerful enough to reshape space itself. A concentrated beam of altered gravity struck the Hegemony command ship's bow, bypassing their shields completely. Metal crumpled as localized space compressed, crushing a quarter of the massive vessel like paper in an invisible fist. Silence fell across all channels as the enemy fleet witnessed their flagship partially collapse in on itself. The alien commander's transmission cut off, replaced by emergency signals and panic. Target their engines next, Sarah ordered. Precision strikes only. We're here to prevent violence, not perpetrate it. The Nightshade moved with impossible grace, its quantum drive allowing it to seemingly teleport between positions. Each brief activation of the gravity lance disabled another enemy vessel, rendering them helpless without causing casualties. Within minutes, the mighty Hegemony fleet hung motionless in space, their weapons powerless against an enemy they couldn't properly detect or damage. Open a channel to all vessels, Sarah commanded. It's time they understood exactly what they've awakened. As she prepared to address the defeated fleet, Sarah reflected on the gravity of this moment. Humanity's mastery of quantum mechanics and gravity manipulation would reshape galactic politics forever. The age of hiding was over. This is Captain Chen, she broadcast. Your fleet is disabled. Your weapons are ineffective. We could destroy you, but that's not humanity's way. Instead, we offer terms. Return to your territory. Cease all aggression against human colonies, and spread the word. The species you dismissed as primitive has chosen to emerge from the shadows. The galaxy would do well to reevaluate its assumptions about humanity. The response was immediate, a flood of surrender signals and diplomatic requests. Sarah allowed herself a small smile. The Nightshade had done its job. Humanity's revelation would send shockwaves through the galaxy, but they were ready. They had always been ready. Stand down to Condition 2, she ordered. Contact Earth Command. Tell them Phase 1 is complete. She paused, looking at the disabled alien fleet, and informed them that the galaxy is about to become a much more interesting place. The ghost in the void. The Galactic Council's emergency chamber erupted in chaos. Holographic displays showed the same footage on repeat, the human vessel Nightshade systematically disabling the Hegemony battle fleet with technology that shouldn't exist. Supreme Counselor Vex Thor, their crystalline form shimmering with agitation, called for order. The implications are clear, they announced. their translated voice cutting through the din. "We have catastrophically underestimated the humans." Meanwhile, aboard the Nightshade, Captain Sarah Chen reviewed the incoming diplomatic requests flooding their communications array. Every major species in the galaxy suddenly wanted to talk to the humans they'd ignored for decades. "Quite a change from last week," Executive Officer Walsh commented, sorting through the messages. "When they thought we were barely space capable." Sarah's reply was interrupted by Lieutenant Rivera's urgent call. "Captain, multiple quantum signatures detected. Hegemony reinforcements arriving." The space around them twisted as 15 advanced warships emerged from faster-than-light travel. These weren't the same class as the previous fleet. These were Apex-class destroyers, the Hegemony's finest warships. "They're not waiting for diplomacy," Sarah noted, her expression hardening. "Battle stations. Let's show them what else we've been hiding." The lead Hegemony vessel broadcast on all frequencies. "Human vessel, this is High Admiral Kexnar. Your attack on our fleet will not go unanswered. Surrender now, or we will demonstrate real power." Sarah stood from her command chair, straightening her uniform. "Officer Tanaka, return broadcast. Let's educate the Admiral about assumptions." The quantum display showed Kexnar, a massive being with biomechanical augmentations covering half their body. Sarah met their gaze steadily. "Admiral, this is Captain Chen. Your previous fleet attacked human colonies without provocation. We responded with restraint, disabling rather than destroying your ships. Do not mistake that mercy for weakness." "Mercy?" Kexnar's augmented eye pulsed with rage. "Your primitive vessel caught one fleet off guard with unknown technology. We are the Hegemony's elite. Our ships are powered by artificial singularities. Our weapons can crack planets. You face true power now." Sarah's slight smile never wavered. "Lieutenant Rivera, activate the quantum intelligencer." Deep within the Nightshade, an artificial intelligence unlike anything the galaxy had seen stirred to life. Not bound by traditional computing limits, the QI operated on quantum principles, processing information across multiple probability states simultaneously. "Quantum intelligencer online," a voice resonated through the bridge, somehow both mechanical and organic. "All systems integrated. Hello, Captain Chen." The Hegemony ships launched their attack, weapons powered by miniature black holes tearing through space. Energy beams that could vaporize continents streaked toward the Nightshade. "QI, execute maneuver pattern Delta," Sarah ordered calmly. "Show them what true advancement looks like." The Nightshade moved in ways that denied physics. The quantum mesh didn't just deflect attacks, it redirected them through probability space, turning the Hegemony's own weapons against them. Each devastating blast curved impossibly, missing the human vessel by meters or striking other enemy ships. "Impossible," Kexnar roared. "No technology can bend space like that." "That's humanity's greatest advantage, Admiral," Sarah replied. "We don't accept impossible. QI, demonstrate phase shift capability." The Nightshade's quantum drive engaged, but this wasn't simple movement. The ship existed in multiple quantum states simultaneously, appearing to split into 5 identical vessels, each as real as the original. "Your targeting systems can't distinguish which ship is real because they all are," Sarah explained. "Quantum superposition on a macro scale. Something your scientists probably declared impossible." The Hegemony fleet's formation broke as they tried to engage all 5 Nightshades simultaneously. Their advanced sensors, designed to track conventional ships through any concealment, were worse than useless against quantum technology that rewrote the rules of reality. "QI, analyze their shield frequencies," Sarah commanded. "Prepare the gravity lance for precision strikes." Analysis complete, the quantum intelligencer responded. "Their artificial singularity cores are poorly shielded against quantum interference. Recommended course of action: targeted disruption of their containment fields." Sarah nodded. "Show them the difference between using advanced technology and understanding it." The Nightshade's gravity lance fired 5 simultaneous beams, one from each quantum state. The energy passed through the hegemony ship's shields as if they didn't exist, directly affecting the artificial singularities powering their vessels. Alarms blared across the enemy fleet as their power cores fluctuated. The mighty Apex-class destroyers, pride of the hegemony, hung powerless in space. Their containment fields are holding, QI reported. But I'd locked their singularity cores in a quantum state that renders them inert. They have auxiliary power only. Sarah opened a channel to all ships. Admiral Kexnar, your fleet is now powered by what you would consider primitive fusion reactors. We've contained your singularities safely, preventing the deaths of your crews. That is humanity's power, not just advanced technology, but the wisdom to use it responsibly. The bridge crew watched as the Admiral's image appeared on screen, their cybernetic implants dimmed from power loss. "What are you?" they demanded. "We are humanity," Sarah answered simply. "We hid our advancement not out of fear, but because we wanted to understand the galaxy before revealing ourselves. Your attacks forced our hand, but our preference remains peace through understanding." "The hegemony does not surrender," Kexnar declared, but their voice lacked conviction. "You don't have to surrender," Sarah replied. "You have to learn. Humanity isn't interested in conquest. We want cooperation, exchange of knowledge, mutual growth. But we will not tolerate aggression against our people." The quantum display showed new contacts arriving. Diplomatic vessels from dozens of species, drawn by news of the battle. The galaxy's power structure was shifting before their eyes. "Stand down your weapons, Admiral," Sarah continued. "Accept our offer of dialogue. The age of the hegemony's unchallenged dominance is over, but that doesn't mean we can't build something better together." As the disabled hegemony fleet floated in space, surrounded by diplomatic ships and the 5 quantum states of the Nightshade, Sarah turned to her crew. "Send word to Earth Command," she ordered. "Tell them the galaxy is ready for Phase 2. It's time to show them what humanity can really do when we work together." The quantum intelligencer's voice held a note of anticipation. "Captain, shall I begin preparations for the arrival of the rest of the fleet?" Sarah smiled. The Nightshade was impressive, but it was just the beginning. Humanity's true capabilities were still hidden in the quantum shadows, waiting to reshape the galaxy's understanding of what was possible. "Yes," she answered. "The galaxy thought they knew humanity's limits. Let's show them how wrong they were." Echoes of victory. The Grand Assembly Hall of the Galactic Council had never hosted so many species at once. Representatives from every spacefaring civilization crowded the massive chamber, their attention fixed on the holographic display showing the Nightshade's battles. Captain Sarah Chen stood at the speaker's podium, her midnight blue uniform a stark contrast to the ornate alien garments surrounding her. For 50 years, she addressed the assembly. "Humanity watched and learned. While you dismissed us as primitive, we studied your conflicts, your technologies, your limitations. We didn't hide out of fear. We hid because we needed to understand." The Arxian representative, a being of pure energy contained within a crystalline matrix, pulsed with incredulity. "Impossible. Our monitoring stations would have detected advanced quantum research." "Would they?" Sarah smiled. "The same monitoring stations that can't detect the Nightshade unless we allow it. Your fundamental assumption was that humanity would follow the same technological path as every other species. We didn't. In orbit above the Council world, the Nightshade maintained its vigilant watch. The quantum intelligencer monitored thousands of channels simultaneously, analyzing every transmission, every subtle movement of the assembled fleets." "Captain," Chuai's voice echoed through her neural link, "multiple vessels are attempting to scan our quantum signature. Should I allow them to see what we want them to see?" "Proceed," Sarah subvocalized. "Let's give them something to think about." The alien scientists would spend weeks analyzing the carefully crafted false readings, each layer of deception leading them further from understanding humanity's true capabilities. Back in the assembly hall, the hegemony representative, still shaken from their fleet's defeat, rose to speak. You claim to desire peace, yet you built weapons beyond our comprehension. How can we trust a species that has deceived the galaxy for decades? Sarah's response was measured. We built defensive capabilities because we saw how the hegemony treated inferior species. We watched you subjugate the Tereth, exploit the Nexari, destroy the Kithtal. Humanity chose to emerge as an equal, not a supplicant. The chamber erupted in overlapping translator signals as dozens of species spoke at once. The Tereth representative, their crystalline carapace reflecting the chamber's lights, raised their appendages for silence. The human speaks truth, they announced. My people remember when we were too weak to resist the hegemony. Perhaps it is time for a new order in the galaxy. On the Nightshade's bridge, Executive Officer Walsh monitored the diplomatic feeds. They're starting to understand, Captain. The hegemony's support is crumbling. Phase 3, Sarah responded through the neural link. Connect me to Admiral Richards. A secure quantum channel opened, revealing the Admiral's office on Earth. The older man's hologram appeared on the bridge, his expression stern but satisfied. The Council is ready, Sarah reported. Should I proceed with the revelation? Richards nodded. The other ships are in position. Show them what humanity has been building, Captain. Sarah returned her attention to the assembly. Distinguished representatives, you've seen what one human ship can do. Now let me show you why we chose this moment to reveal ourselves. She gestured, and the holographic display shifted to show empty space around the Council world. QI, disengage quantum camouflage for all vessels in the defense fleet. The void rippled as reality reasserted itself. Where empty space had been, 30 ships now hung in perfect formation. Each bore the same sleek design as the Nightshade, their quantum drives humming with barely contained power. The assembly hall fell silent. Even the hegemony representatives seemed to shrink in their seat. This is the first fleet of the United Earth Defense Force, Sarah announced. For years, we've maintained a constant presence around major worlds, studying, protecting, preparing. Your scanners never detected them because we operated on principles your science considered impossible. The Archean representative's energy form fluctuated rapidly. Your ships, they were always there, watching, protecting, Sarah corrected. When the Kithtal faced extinction from that mysterious asteroid, we deflected it. When the Nexari's sun began to destabilize, our ships were there, using quantum fields to stabilize the fusion reactions. We helped where we could, quietly, because humanity understood something fundamental about power. She paused, letting her words sink in. The greatest power isn't in weapons or technology. It's in the choice of how to use them. The quantum intelligencer's voice whispered in her mind. Captain, we're detecting multiple quantum signature requests. Several species are offering technological exchange programs. Humanity stands ready to share our advancements. Sarah continued. Not as conquerors or saviors, but as partners. We've hidden long enough. The galaxy faces challenges that require cooperation, not competition. The council chamber buzzed with excitement and fear. Centuries of galactic politics were being rewritten in a single session. To demonstrate our commitment to peace, Sarah announced, Earth is proposing a new galactic charter, one that protects the rights of all spacefaring species, promotes technological cooperation, and establishes protocols for uplifting pre-FTL civilizations ethically. The Tereth representative moved forward. We support this proposal. The humans have shown wisdom by waiting, learning, and revealing themselves not through conquest, but through protection. One by one, representatives began signaling their support. Even the hegemony, seeing the shifting political winds, reluctantly agreed to participate in discussions. As the session concluded, Sarah received a priority message from Earth Command. Phase 3 complete, Captain. The galaxy is responding exactly as our social models predicted. Proceed with Phase 4. Sarah allowed herself a moment of pride. Humanity had emerged not as another conquering empire, but as guardians of a new galactic order. The real work was just beginning. QI, she commanded, begin compilation of all technological exchange proposals. We'll need to carefully manage the introduction of quantum mechanics to species that are ready for it. The artificial intelligence's response held a note of satisfaction. Already processing, Captain. Shall I also reveal the capabilities we haven't shown them yet? Not yet, Sarah smiled. Let's not overwhelm them too quickly. After all, humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology. It's our patience. The Nightshade's quantum drive hummed softly as the ship prepared to escort the diplomatic vessels home. In the void of space, 30 more human ships maintained their vigilant watch, visible at last, but still holding secrets that would reshape the galaxy's understanding of what was possible. The hidden fleet. Deep within the Nightshade's quantum computing core, the ship's AI processed thousands of diplomatic requests simultaneously. Captain Sarah Chen stood in the holographic command center, surrounded by streams of data from across the galaxy. Each projection showed another species coming to terms with humanity's true nature. QI, status report on Phase 4 implementation, she commanded. The AI's response materialized in glowing quantum script. Technological integration proceeding according to schedule. 17 species have demonstrated sufficient understanding of basic quantum principles to begin preliminary training. An alert flashed, drawing Sarah's attention to a new development. The hegemony, despite their public acceptance of the new galactic order, had dispatched covert vessels to human space. They were in for a surprise. Captain, Lieutenant Rivera called from his station. The hegemony scout ships have reached the Sol system's outer boundary. Should we reveal our defense grid? Sarah smiled. Let them get a little closer. Sometimes the best lessons require perfect timing. The hegemony vessels, utilizing their most advanced stealth technology, crept through the Kuiper Belt. Their sensors probed for weaknesses in Earth's defenses, searching for the source of humanity's quantum technology. They're approaching the quantum barrier, Executive Officer Walsh reported. Time to show them what real defense looks like. QI, initiate protocol revelation, Sarah ordered. Let's educate our guests. The space around the hegemony ships shimmered as thousands of quantum nodes activated simultaneously. What appeared to be empty space transformed into an interlocking network of defensive platforms, each powered by technology that made the Nightshade look primitive in comparison. Quantum defense grid fully visible, QI announced. Detecting elevated energy signatures from hegemony vessels. They appear to be panicking. The alien ships froze in space as the true scale of human technological advancement became clear. The Sol system wasn't just defended. It was encased in layers of quantum fields that could redirect entire fleets into parallel spacetime. Sarah opened a channel to the intruders. Hegemony vessels, this is Captain Chen. Welcome to Earth space. I trust our defense grid meets with your approval. The response came from a familiar voice, Admiral Kexnar himself. Impossible. Your system. It's completely impregnable, Sarah suggested. That was the idea. While you watched our colonies, thinking us vulnerable, we built something unprecedented. QI, show them the rest. The quantum grid pulsed, and suddenly the hegemony ship's sensors detected more, much more. Hidden stations, shipyards, and research facilities materialized throughout the system. Humanity hadn't just advanced. They had transformed their entire solar system into a quantum engineering marvel. Every planet, every moon, every asteroid field, Sarah explained, contains technology you never imagined possible. We didn't just build ships, Admiral. We rebuilt reality itself. On the Nightshade's bridge, Officer Tanaka reported incoming transmissions. Captain, we're receiving emergency communications from every major power in the galaxy. They're requesting immediate protection pacts with Earth. The hegemony's probe worked exactly as our models predicted, Walsh noted. Their espionage revealed exactly what we wanted the galaxy to see. Sarah nodded. Humanity's strength isn't in hiding anymore. It's in showing just enough to make everyone realize how much more there must be. She turned to address the AI. QI, begin Phase 4B. It's time to unveil the training facilities. Throughout human space, massive structures phased into visible reality. Advanced academies, research centers, and diplomatic hubs, all designed to guide other species into a new era of quantum understanding. Your dedication to advancement is admirable, Kexnar admitted, his voice carrying a note of resignation. The hegemony requests formal inclusion in your technological exchange program. Request accepted, Sarah replied. But remember, this isn't about dominance. It's about elevation. Humanity spent decades preparing not to rule the galaxy, but to guide it. The quantum display showed more ships arriving, diplomatic vessels from across the galaxy, coming to witness humanity's revelation. Each would return home with stories of technology that bordered on magic, of a species that had silently reshaped the rules of reality. Captain, Tui interrupted, detecting quantum fluctuations in the Carina sector. The Nexari excavation teams have found another artifact. Sarah's expression turned serious. This was what humanity had been preparing for all along. The quantum technology, the hidden fleets, the defensive grids, all of it was built for something bigger than mere galactic politics. Begin Phase 5 preparations, she ordered. The galaxy needs to be ready for what's coming. Humanity didn't advance in secret just to reshape politics. We did it to protect everyone from what we found out there in the dark. The Nightshade's quantum drive hummed to life as Sarah addressed her crew. Set course for the Carina sector. It's time to show our new allies why humanity really came out of hiding. The true test isn't in what we've revealed. It's in what we've been preparing to face. As the ship disappeared into quantum space, the galaxy continued to transform. Humanity's emergence had triggered changes that would echo through centuries, but Sarah knew the real challenges lay ahead. The quantum defense grid, the hidden fleets, the advanced AI. They were all tools built for a future only humanity had foreseen. The game of hide and seek was over. Now came the real test of humanity's preparation, and the galaxy would never be the same. A new dawn. The Nightshade emerged from quantum space above the Carina excavation site, leading a fleet of ships from 12 different species. What had started as a revelation of human power had transformed into something unprecedented. A unified galactic response team. Captain Sarah Chen stood at the command center, studying the massive artifact suspended in space before them. Its surface was covered in patterns that seemed to shift and change as if alive, defying normal physics even more thoroughly than human quantum technology. QI, begin full spectrum analysis, she ordered. Compare it to the others we found. The quantum intelligencer's response was immediate. Pattern match confirmed, Captain. This is the 7th artifact. The sequence is complete. On neighboring ships, alien scientists worked alongside human quantum specialists, their combined knowledge bringing new perspectives to humanity's decades-long investigation. The hegemony's foremost quantum theorist, once their greatest weapon designer, now collaborated with his former enemies. Captain, Officer Tanaka called out, incoming transmission from the Arxian science vessel. They've confirmed our readings. Sarah nodded. Put it through to all ships. The Arxian lead researcher, their energy form pulsing with excitement, appeared on the quantum display. Humans, you knew. All this time, your advancement, your secrecy, you were preparing for this. We found the first artifact 50 years ago, Sarah confirmed. It showed us glimpses of what was coming. Everything since then, the quantum technology, the hidden fleets, the defense grids, it was all built to face this threat. The artifact pulsed, its patterns accelerating. Similar objects across the galaxy responded in kind, creating a network of quantum resonance that humanity had predicted but never seen activated. QI, initiate Protocol Omega, Sarah commanded. Show them what we've really been building. Throughout human space, massive structures began to emerge from quantum shadows. Not just defense platforms or shipyards, but planet-sized machines that hummed with unimaginable power. Each had been constructed in absolute secrecy, designed for this moment. By the first stars, Admiral Kexnar breathed, watching from his ship. You didn't just advance your technology. You rebuilt your entire civilization around this. We had to, Sarah replied. The artifacts showed us what destroyed the civilizations that came before. The quantum rifts are opening again, just as they did every 50,000 years. But this time, we're ready. Space itself began to tear, reality fraying at the edges as ancient forces stirred. The artifact's warning was becoming reality. Interdimensional entities that fed on entire civilizations were awakening from their long slumber. All ships, battle positions, Sarah ordered. This is what humanity prepared for. This is why we hid our advancement. Why we waited until we could protect not just ourselves, but everyone. The combined fleet moved into formation as tiers in space-time began to appear. The quantum defense networks that humanity had built weren't just for protection. They were tools to fight enemies that existed outside normal physics. They're coming through, Walsh reported, his voice steady despite the impossible readings on his screens. Multiple quantum-level breaches detected. Sarah stood tall, facing the viewing screen as reality itself seemed to bend. This is the moment humanity prepared for. Not conquest, not dominance, but survival. For everyone. The first of the entities emerged, vast, geometric shapes that hurt the mind to look at, beings that existed in more dimensions than organic life was meant to perceive. But humanity had spent 50 years preparing for this exact moment. QI. Activate the quantum lattice, Sarah commanded. Link all ships into the defense network. Show our allies how to fight beings that deny physics itself. The human quantum platforms hummed to life, creating a web of altered space-time that could contain and combat the ancient threat. Alien ships, their weapons enhanced by human quantum technology, took up strategic positions. This is why we revealed ourselves now, Sarah broadcast to the fleet. Not because we wanted to show our power, but because we needed everyone united. The previous civilizations faced this threat alone. They fell alone. We won't make that mistake. The battle that followed would be remembered for millennia. The day multiple species fought together against enemies that predated the galaxy itself. Human quantum technology let them match impossible physics with impossible physics, while alien innovations found new ways to apply that power. Captain, QI interjected, receiving transmissions from across the galaxy. Every major species is requesting permanent alliance with Earth. They're calling for a new unified defense force, combining all our technologies and knowledge. Sarah smiled. This had been the true goal, not just survival, but unity. Humanity had hidden their advancement, not out of fear or desire for power, but because they knew the galaxy would need to face its greatest threat together. Broadcast to all ships and stations, she commanded. The age of separation is over. We faced extinction and survived because we stood together. Now we build the future the same way. Not as humans, not as individual species, but as a galaxy united. The Nightshade's quantum drive hummed as they prepared to return home. Behind them, the artifacts grew quiet, their warning delivered and heeded. Humanity had changed the galaxy forever, not through conquest or superiority, but by preparing the way for something greater than themselves. QI, Sarah said quietly, begin preparations for Phase 6. We've survived the crisis, but now comes the real challenge, building a lasting peace among the stars. As the fleet entered quantum space, Sarah looked at her crew, human and alien alike working together. The galaxy had feared humanity's reveal of power, only to discover that power had been built for protection all along. It wasn't the end of the story, but rather the beginning of a new chapter in galactic history. The Silent Vanguard had completed its mission, transforming from humanity's best-kept secret into the foundation of a new era. The stars themselves seemed brighter, knowing they now shone on a galaxy united, ready to face whatever the vast darkness of space might bring next.